What does one say to an ancient Nephilim ghost?
I suppose you start with...
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy, and we're back with another video. Diablo 4 Open Beta. This is how we've leveled the worst class in the game, the Barbarian, in 3 hours to max level. We have found 16 legendary items in the process. Fantastic method for farming up legendaries and farming up gear. XP is just absolutely crazy, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Before we do get going though, as always, thumbs up brightens my day. Subscribe if you're interested in D4. We're going to have some more videos coming. Starting us off, thank you to Dorgly for putting me onto this method. The original video is by somebody called Osterberg 501, so I will link that in the description. And this is like a power level solo method, basically. I don't want to get into a debate as to whether the Barb is actually the worst class or not. We can only judge this from what we've had 1 to 25 so far in the beta. On a solo basis, Barb and Druid were definitely miles behind Rogue, and Necro and Sorcerer are in a different stratosphere for power. So I've deliberately picked one of the hardest classes, so it's either worst or joint worst. The build I'm playing in the background is the Thorns build. I did a full guide on this. It's quite easy to play in some respects, albeit I think this particular dungeon method of leveling will be much faster on any other class. I'm hoping to maybe come back and try it on Necro or Sorcerer, just to see if we can get like a 2-hour time. Right, I've done this in 3 hours. A few things to bear in mind. One, I'm potato at video games. I'm not a skilled player. So if you are skilled, I'm sure you could do this faster. Secondly, this was the first ever attempt, so I've probably learned some things from this run and I could do it a little bit faster, I'm sure. 3, some of that 3-hour time was spent messing about in the menus, looking at the skills, looking at items and that sort of thing. So again, like realistically, if I can do this in 3 hours on this class, pick a different class, you'll be able to do it much faster. What does the method involve? Well, it involves running a particular dungeon over and over again. So what I did was I started the brand new character. We had to do the tutorial to get to Kyovashad, and from then on we've basically run all the way down here to Yelnesna, which is our waypoint. This is where we've come to salvage our stuff when we get a full inventory, and then from there we're just running to this dungeon here, which is the Dead Man's Dredge. It's a level 7 dungeon to begin with, so try and level a little bit as you go, because if you get in here and you're like level 3, it probably will be a little bit difficult for you. Now once you come into the dungeon, I've cleared this because trying to commentate and clear it is quite difficult. It is a quest to fill up Animus. Now this is great because what it means is that any enemy that carries Animus will be marked on the map, like this guy up here, and they count as an elite. Now in addition to the 3 or 4 Animus carriers on the map, you're going to get other elites as well, so you can easily get 6, 7, 8 elite mobs on the map. They give huge XP, and as we can see here, pretty decent drop rates on legendaries. Now the map is slightly different each time, but there is always this loop. There's always a loop somewhere, so it's like a leveling loop. So what you want to do is you want to run the whole loop, and you want to find all the elites, and you want to kill them all, and that will just give you like fantastic XP. So yeah, I'll put some game footage up in the background, but you can get resplendent chests, which is great for gear. They can be cursed and give you more monsters to kill, so you know, quite a common spawn in here. You can also get shrines, which again also can be cursed, so you get extra stuff on them. You can get chests, you can get your orbs from them to go and gamble with. You don't need to worry about doing the next part of the dungeon. You don't need to worry about doing the Animus fill up and then go on to the next part. You just want to do this section because it is just absolutely full of elites. So these little things, you collect them and then you go and open the door if you're going to finish the dungeon normally, but obviously I haven't. I've just basically cleared this out just so that we can kind of see. Now if you see the Animus, that's the wrong way. So if you come up here and you see this little jar thing to be filled up, that is the wrong way. You need to go back and do the loop. Now I do the loop even if I've killed all of the Animus carriers, simply because there could be extra elites, there could be a pylon, there could be something that would help us out basically. Yeah, and give us more stuff. Now, Thorns Barb is not a great choice for this at all, because like this guy here, you'll come across 2 or 3 copies of him. He's dead annoying. He stuns you, he heals himself. So any other build I'm sure will be better. And then we've got a Conduit Shrine like up here. So again, we can click this, you fly around the map and do it a little bit faster. Now, once you've actually completed the loop, and the only thing left to do is this bit here, all you need to do is press reset dungeon. It'll port you back out to the start, and then you can just go back in again. It resets the map, resets all the mobs, gives you a whole fresh map full of juicy elites to clear, and you pop in and you can run it again basically, and do it like that. Now, why is this important to know? Well, I think particularly for solo players, and particularly for people who are playing maybe some of the more difficult classes like the Barb, like the Druid, those classes are much more dependent on finding legendary items to perform well. So I think there's something to be said for just coming here, leveling yourself up a bit, getting some really good gear before you carry on with the main story. You might find it much easier to do because you'll have like boots with extra evade charges on, you'll have maybe move speed on, you'll have some, you know, extra legendary powers that will make beating bosses so much easier. And it may well be like Diablo 3 that when you get to the end game, when you get to level 50, you open up this whole new stratosphere of items. So maybe leveling really fast will be important. Just a note in the footage, I didn't use all the skill points, so I didn't use the ones that I got from the renown system, so I was always 2 points behind. And yeah, we managed to get it done in 3 hours. So great tip, just come here, do this dungeon, Dead Man's Dredge, do it over and over again, leveling loop, and you'll absolutely fly. And I'm sure this will work on live, and I'm sure as we unlock more and more of this map, there might be more of this type of dungeon in various different areas, maybe with better mob types than the one in this one. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I've been the Filthy Casual. Take it easy, guys. Peace.